Assalamu alaikum guys, this is me Muhammad Kamar. Welcome back to my channel. Finally guys, today is the day 35 of our 3 years machine learning challenge, and finally from the previous video we have started the 30 days plan of Python practice. So yesterday we have created this code and how we made this program. You can watch the previous video and understand very well. I made this program completely by myself. Yes, completely by myself. You can watch the video and then comment down that I write this code or not. Okay, or and then here is the pseudocode. First I write this and then I converted that code into this, and here you can see the logic, all the things, right? This is basically the logic or algorithm, or the pseudocode, right? And this is the Python code, which is looking quite good to me, as I wrote the first code in my life from myself. So I am very happy for writing this. So today is the day 35, and today we are going to solve the second day challenge, which is factorial of a number. So today's problem is to find a factorial of a number, and for this, because I don't know what is a factorial, I will first of all go to ChatGPT and ask about a factorial, and by using this step uh, we will then write the code for this problem. Okay, so first of all I am going to the ChatGPT and let's uh, ask the ChatGPT, not him. I don't know what to say, how to call it, but ask the ChatGPT that what is factorial of a number. Okay, first of all we have to know, as I have already told you, that first of all you have to understand what is the problem. So the factorial of a number is the product of all positive integers from 1 up to the number. It is written as n. Okay, then read as n factorial. Okay, then its formula is n exclamation mark or x n naught equals to n multiply n minus 1 multiply n minus 2. I don't know what is n minus 2. Why n minus, okay, sorry, n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3, and then again multiply 3 multiply 2 multiply 1. By definition, 0 is not equals to 1, 1 is not equals to 1, 3 is not equals to 3. Okay, sorry, the factorial of 0 is 1, I guess. Factorial of 1 is also 1, and factorial of 3 is 3 multiplied 2 multiplied by 1 equals to 6. Okay, so this is the factorial. The 6 is the factorial of 3. Then what is the factorial of 5? It is 5 multiply 4 multiply 3 multiply 2 multiply by 1. So factorials are widely used in mathematics, permutations, combinations, probability, and algorithms. Okay, so basically what I understand from this is that I will tell it to the ChatGPT that what I understand from your definition and from your explanation is that factorial of a number is the product from 1 to the number. Is that right? Like from 1 to the number, when we take the product of from 1 to the number, then this is the factorial of that number. I don't know explain it very well, but you can try your own ways how you can explain something to someone, right? Exactly, yes, this is what you understand it 100% correctly. Okay, factorial of a number is simply multiply all the numbers starting from 1 up to the number. So it means that for factorial 4 we will find that multiply from 1 to the 4, right? Then for 6 we multiply from 1 to the 6. Okay, like this, and this is the idea, product from 1 to the number. Okay, so this was about the factorial. So now then, first of all I am going to make a second file which is going to be like this, and then I will say that factorial number dot py. Okay, all right, so we have created this here. let's just copy these lines from here. I will put it here. Then factorial of a number, factorial of a number, and then we have fourth, right? All right. So now first of all I have to write the pseudocode, which I am going to copy it from here, not the pseudocode but this line, because every program has a different logic. So because actually the logic that we write in our simple words is like the code, we call it a pseudocode. From the word pseudo you can understand it, right? Pseudo means something that is fake code. Okay, so yes, now let's check out about how we can we have understand it. We have understand the problem carefully, which is find the factorial of a number. I am not going to scroll today in today's video because we have solved this as an example here, but I have not watched it carefully, so that's why I'm going to write it by myself, of course. Okay, so first of all we have to break the inputs into the break the problem into inputs, process and outputs. So I'm going to write here first of all that number one step is to take input from the user, right? Input from the user. First of all I will take input from the user and take input, take a number. I will say take a number n is input, right, from the user. And then what will I do is that I will apply a loop. Which loop should I apply? So I think I should apply the for loop, of course. Okay, for loop, I will write like this: apply for loop from 1 to n. And of course if I run it to the n, it will stop before the n, right? So I will do it like this: n plus 1, so it will go directly exactly to the n. Okay, so apply for loop from 1 to n plus 1. And then so here apply for loop from 1 to n plus 1. What it means that it will go from 1 and it will go to the n plus 1, which means to the n that the number given by the user. Okay, from the user. Then it is the loop, of course. Then in the third step what I will do is that multiply, right? Multiply what? Multiply the number, not the number, multiply the iteration, right? The iteration iteration, which is I, right? I with what? With if I multiply like this, like it will be like, first of all the iteration will be 1 and it will be multiplied by 1, right? And not like this, multiplied by 1, so it will give us 1 again. Then it should multiply 2 with 1, I guess. Yes, no, this one will be multiplied like this. Okay, again this one will be multiplied with 2, it will give us 2, right? Then this 2 will be multiplied with 3 and it will give us 2 3 6, right? So let's suppose our number is n, n is equals to 3, let's suppose, right? It will give us 1 multiply 1, not 1 multiply 1, but directly it will give us like this. I will show you like this: 1 multiplied 2 multiplied 3, right? From 1 to n, which is 3. So 1 2 equals to 2 and 2 multiplied 3 equals to 6. So what, how we can do it in code is that 1 first of all 1 multiply 1, then equals to, it is 1, then multiply 2, it is equals to 2, right? Then multiply 3, it is equals to 6. So how, this is how we will get it. I will write it also, so it will be more good or convenient, right? I will make it comment like this, not like this but like this. So multiply the iteration with what? So with what I should multiply the iteration? So I guess that I should multiply the iteration with iteration, in my opinion. Right now I don't know, but for now, just for the sake of code, we will write it like this, okay? Iteration. And then do what? Then give the output as a result. Give output, right? Alright, so this is what I have wrote so far. And again, what I am gonna do is that just write the triple quotes quotation marks and remove these ones. I will put them here above. Alright, like this, okay? Now let's do it by ourselves in the real code. So for the real code, again, I'm going to just copy this line from here and I will paste it here, okay? Close that one. And now we are going to write our code here. First of all, I am going to take a number, let's say n equals to input, and of course I am going to take the integer here. Integer as an input. I will say that enter a number, okay, like this, and then I will make it as a prompt, right? Then what should I do is that I should apply the for loop according to my logic. For I in range 1 to n plus 1. I'm not writing any exact number like the previous video because I don't know what is the n, right? So that's why in the previous video I wrote here the 11 directly because I was known about that. I knew that it will be 11. So but here I don't know. The user can give any value here. Then what should I do is that I will print that let's say n multiply, not n multiply, but I will say that I multiply equals to I, right? And then what should I do is that come out of the loop and I will print I here. Can I do that? Let's just run it and we will see if our code is working correctly or not. I will just give 3 and it is giving me 9, which is not correct. So it should give me 6, right? Why 6? Because 1 multiply 2 multiply 3. So what I can do here, first of all I have to check that. I will print the print I, and let's run it again. 3. It is giving me 1 the second time. Okay, so the first time it is what it is doing is that I will write it here, example, okay, or explanation. Okay, so first of all I will make it like comment, and sorry for this, explanation after every step, okay, so you can understand what I am doing and what the code, my code is giving me the output. So first when I printing it first time, I will write that first time, okay. No, one time, okay, just one, right? That's just one, okay, but it is understandable. It is giving me 1 multiply 1, which is equals to 1. Then for the second time, it is giving me the output like this, which is equals to 4. So you can understand that what it means, that the iteration I is 1 and then also 1, then the iteration I is 2 and then also 2, which is not the correct thing. I have to solve this problem here. So how I can solve this problem? Okay, all right. I have to think of that how we can do this. So here I have I1 and this I is also 1. What I can do is that here let's say my I is 1, it is multiplied by 1. Let's say then my I is 2 and it is multiplied by 2, and here it is the I is 1, it is 1, so it should be, then if it is 2 it will be wrong, right? Again, if 2 multiplied by 2 is not correct, so I equals to I, it is 1 and it is also 1. But if it is 1, I am storing the multiplication of this I, right? So it is becoming, let's say it is 3, so it is gonna be here 3. This I is here 1, so 1 multiply 1 equals to 1. Then this I is gonna 2, and 2 multiplied 2 is gonna 4, which is not the result I want. I want it to be 1 multiplied by, okay, let's say I give this code to the chat GPT and ask for some advice. Okay, give me advice, not hints. I will not even ask for the hints. Okay, not code, because I think the hints can make it easy for me. Think about what a factorial really means. It multiplication numbers together, not squaring or replacing values, right? When you write multiple this, you are multiplying number by itself, of course, or which is squaring. That's not what factorial does. Keep a separate variable for the result. Don't try to directly change your loop variable. The loop variable's job is just to count from 1 to n. The result factorial should store somewhere else and update it by step. Okay, build the result gradually. Even every time the loop runs, combine the current result into a new number. Okay, so this is how. So first, so for this, what I understand is that I have to make a new variable here. So let's say here it is something else, right? Not this by this, but I will multiply a number, make another variable here. Let's say we make another variable, call it 4, and call this step as 5. Make a variable, and then multiply iteration, not the iteration but the variable. Let's say I call it x. Okay, so here I will make another variable. Let's say x equals to 0. First of all, it is gonna 0, so when it comes here it will be 0 multiplied by 1. Okay, 0 is not correct. I guess I should give it value of 1. So, and also I will multiply this here like this. So if this x, which is 1 multiplied by 1, is 1, and then for the second time gonna it is 1, right? For the second time it is gonna 1 multiply 2 is 2. For the 3 it is 2 multiplied 6. Okay, I guess it is correct. It is correct now. I will just give it the value of 3. Okay, it's just giving me 2 3 3, which is not correct. Okay, I have to remove this first of all, then again run this. It is giving me 3, which is not I want. Here the x is 1, then here the x multiplied by 1 is 1, right? Then it is 1 again. Here the iteration is gonna 2, and the x is equals to 1 multiplied 2, which is 2, and then again the 2 is multiplied with 3, so it should give me 3. Okay, sorry, I am printing the I, not the x. So let's run the x. My fault. Here you can see that I am getting the correct answer. Now again let's run it, and see how we get the result. For 5 it is 120, the factorial of 5 is 120. Here you can see that we are getting 120. Okay, now it is good. So what I did in the second time is that uh, I created a new variable and stored the value inside this, right? The value inside that. Okay, it was quite easy. Basically it was not that much hard, it was easy. So this was a code, basically the everything that we were required of to make this program. So now let's again copy the whole code and give it to the ChatGPT and ask him for some advice. Okay, give me some advice. Okay, so it is saying to me that keep the pseudocode. Okay, pseudocode is my own thing. You are not, in my opinion, uh, required to change anything there. Okay, so here what is that? Be consistent in your explanation. In your explanation section you wrote this and this and this, which is not how factorial works. Make sure your written explanation matches your code logic, your actual code. Okay, think about edges cases. What if happens if the user give the 0? By definition 0 1 equals to 1. Your code already handles this correctly because x stays 1, but it is good practice to mention it. Make code user friendly. Instead of just printing x, you uh, could print something like this. Okay, then this would give output more meaningful. Keep comments professionally. Right now you mix explanation, trials, calculation inside uh, comments. Better to separate one section for pseudocode, one for explanation, and one for sample output. That makes your file cleaner. Your code is correct. The main improvements are about clarity and presentation. Okay, so just for clarity and presentation we have to work on that. So I guess uh, he's saying about this, but I am explaining this to you in the video, so I guess I am not required of to do this. But okay, first when I run it, it was not working, right? Second time it worked. All right, so it was not working. Why? Because I was using I multiply I, which is not factorial but a square. You can say that, but a square, right? So this was about how we can do this, and I think everything is perfect. I have to do some changes here, just if my code gives me error sometimes, so I have to like to handle these things. What I can do here is that, first of all, to make this code continue until the condition is true, so I will use the while true, and then inside it I am going to write it here. Okay, then here I will say that ask, again ask, do you want to use or not, right? Input, do you want to use or not? That's a simple question, right? Yes or no. And then the user will give the input here, so I will give it some space so it will be easy for him. then ask, and then I will check if ask is equals to what, to no, n means, then I will do that, break it, okay. Or else what I can do is that else run the whole code, which is like this. Here I am gonna, what I gonna do is that ask equals to ask dot lower. All right, let's run it again. Now our code is complete. We are just trying to make it correct. Yes, okay, then 5, then again asking me, this time no, and like this, okay. Then if I will say that else if, okay, not I mean elif, the ask is equals to y, we will do this, and else we will say that print please press or click y or n, right? Yes or no. So it will then give, let's say I run it again and someone press here as a, so it will say that please press y or n, right? So now it will print n and it will come out of the loop or the program, okay. So this is how it is running for the infinite time. It will run until the user want to use the program. And I guess I do not need to change anything here, just I can ask here to try accept like this. Let's again try and use try and accept, try this, right? And then we will say that accept, try and accept is very important. Value error, I will say that value error, not value but value error, right? Value error, and then print that please enter a valid number, and then okay, all right, here, so like this, okay. So what should I do here is that inside it I am asking for the number first of all, as it is integer, but let's say he do not give me an integer. So okay, wait a minute, please wait, run it again. Let's say this time he want to play, yes, then he's giving me m. So okay, it is correct, try and accept is perfectly correct. It is now not giving me any error. Sorry for this, I didn't stop it, I have to stop it here. And come on man, do you want to press, okay, then clear it again. So this try and accept is so much easy. You can see that I am trying to get the integer as an input, and if the user give me something else instead of integer, it will give instead of breaking the program, it will give this, that please enter a valid number. So this was about the whole code that we have write in today's video. Thank you guys for watching this video. In the previous video I used here that num is equals to num, so I can remove it here. This is how with the practice you can understand things more and more, right? Integer, and then here also I will remove this also, this line also. So just remove this line, make it one back, and let's run it again. Yes, write 5, write yes, this time m. Okay, it is working perfectly. So today I learned one thing more new, is that I can use directly inside the int, it will directly check, okay, it will not give me any error. So guys, this was for today's video. You can watch this, and this is how you can make your own code, write the pseudo code, then the code, convert the code into the pseudo code into the real code, and also explain to your own self that what you did wrong in your code and you got something else instead of something that you wanted, and what did you then did that gave you the answer that you wanted. Okay, so yeah guys, this was for today's video. Make sure to subscribe my channel and like the video. See you in the next video. Allah Hafiz.